Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to discuss a recent DLC leak, how that will impact the remaining DLC Season 3 slots, and who my best guesses are as to who we will get in Season 3 of Dragon Ball FighterZ. So we all know there's only 3 slots left in Season 3 DLC. And I know everyone's dying to know who the next 3 DLC characters are going to be. So let's start with the leak that recently occurred. On May 19th, Xiao revealed to the world that a glitch that he saw where 18's outro was basically saying, "Old man is no slouch. Would be nice if he wasn't a perv." So who do you think she's referring to there? It's not a outro that we've seen before in the game. So it must be a file, audio and or text file for a upcoming DLC character. And it has to be Master Roshi. And Xiao has a lot of credibility. He's one of the better known combo makers for fighters on, and he posts his stuff regularly on Twitter. You can go and follow him and see how long he's been part of the community, and I don't think that he would fake something like this. So I think there's a good chance in Season 3 we're going to get Master Roshi. So if we accept that one of the next 3 DLC characters is Master Roshi, that only leaves 2 other slots for Season 3 DLC. So let's take a look at the Season 2 DLC survey that was done last year. 4,099 participants voted, and it's what most people use when they want to look at what the community trend is for most wanted DLC characters. As far as I know, there hasn't been a Season 3 large survey like this yet, but let's look at the Season 2 requested, and we can see Janemba was number 3 here. Jiren was number 4. And Kefla was number 2. Kid Goku, we got GT Goku, which is their substitute. And Gogeta Super Saiyan, we got Gogeta Blue instead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 8 of the top 8 wanted characters we received in Season 2. So now let's look at Season 2 characters that we didn't get. We didn't get Master Roshi, we didn't get Toppo, and we didn't get Mr. Satan. So Master Roshi, seems like we're probably going to get him, 1 out of the 3 characters. Mr. Satan, if you watched my previous video on Season 3 characters that we should get but probably won't, Mr. Satan was on that list. I said it'd be really cool to have him in the game. However, I don't think that the creators would do it because they have expressed before that they don't want joke characters in the game. And to have him in the game, you'd have to make it like it's a dream or story that Mr. Satan's telling, or just make it completely unrealistic, which I do not think the developers are going for. And then there's Toppo. I think with Toppo being highly requested, he's a fairly popular character. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't add him. So I think there's a pretty good shot that 1 out of the last 2 characters is going to be Toppo. So if they do add Toppo as the second DLC character, who's going to be the last one? Well, let's scroll down here. We see Gogeta was the next most wanted. Gogeta Super Saiyan 4. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to say that right now. We already have Gogeta Blue. They're not going to add a Super Saiyan 4 version. Caulifla. They're probably not going to add Caulifla because they had Kefla already. That kind of suffices as both Caulifla and Kale in a way. Super Boo was the next most wanted character. But I don't think the developers are going to add him because they have 2 Majin Boos already, and let's face it, the other 2 Boos are just way more popular. Ultra Instinct Goku was all the way down here, but they added him, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say the order on this list is necessarily going to be what the developers go with. And my gut is telling me that Super Boo probably will not be the next character. Let's look at Deborah. Now, my bias is really going to come in here. I don't know who the hell wants Deborah in this game. He was one of the most short-lived side antagonists in the story. He was kind of lame. Like, he went up against Gohan before he had his new unlocked potential from the Supreme Kai, and I don't know, he seems like a pretty lame character to me. You know, if you like him, that's great. I just don't think he'd be that great of an addition to the game. Before they added Janemba, I would have argued, yeah, Deborah would be a nice addition to the game. He uses his sword. Not many characters use their sword other than Trunks. But we got Janemba, and he uses a sword. Janemba was just a better character to add to the game mechanically. Great Saiyaman, they're not going to add him because he came with Videl. Gogeta Blue, we got him. And now we have Raditz. So, Raditz was in my video, characters we should get but probably won't. But I did add a caveat that out of all the characters on that list, Raditz would probably be the one that would make it. And I still stand by this. I think there's a decent chance that Raditz will be the third character added to Season 3 of Dragon Ball FighterZ. But who I would rather have than Raditz, as much as I want Raditz so I can have, you know, a Raditz, Nappa, and base Vegeta team, I would rather see Majin Vegeta. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, not another Vegeta, we have enough Gokus, we have enough Vegetas. But Majin Vegeta, you know, is a really interesting character in terms of Vegeta's character arc. It really was the culmination at the end of his positive character arc when he finally realized, you know, he wasn't better than Goku. He killed himself to try and save everyone and recognized, you know, that his friends and family made him stronger. So I like Majin Vegeta, but, you know, Raditz is probably the more likely choice, I think. Now, I do want to add that this survey was conducted less than a year after Dragon Ball Super had ended. So there was a lot of hype and fresh memories of Topo at the time. Now it's been almost 2 years since the end. Actually, over 2 years now since the end of Dragon Ball Super. And maybe Topo's fallen out of favor in people's minds. That's a very possible scenario. And Bandai may very well know this and not add Topo to the game and go with someone else that actually is more popular now. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that what was in highest demand about a year ago is also in demand now. So I'm going to make a crazy prediction here, and I'm going to say the last 3 DLC characters is going to be Master Roshi, Topo, and Omega Shenron. Now you might be saying to yourself, Wish, Omega Shenron wasn't even on the list. Why would they add someone that isn't even wanted by anyone? Now I agree with you. I don't think they should add Omega Shenron. Lots of people don't like GT, and Omega Shenron was kind of a shallow character. But here's the reason. This seems like ancient history now, but 3 months ago, back in February, there was a data mine leak of an audio file where Gogeta says something quite interesting. I'll play it for you.
Hey, you think you can hit me here next? This shoulder's been killing me.
It's not the best audio quality, but what he's saying is, hey, you think you can hit me here next? This shoulder's been killing me. So if you don't recognize that quote, it's actually from GT. when Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 says to Omega Shenron, taunting him, hey, hit me here next on my shoulder. So that has been recorded. Now, there has been other recorded audio, like Super Saiyan 4, Goku yelling times 10 Kamehameha, you know, and that didn't get used. So is this another situation where an audio file was just recorded just in case maybe, and it won't be used? Yeah, quite possibly. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Omega Shenron will be in Season 3 DLC. So that's going to do it on my Season 3 prediction video. Feel free to comment below on your prediction of what's going to come in Season 3, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and we can discuss it. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Wish for Roshi, and I'll see you in the next video.